G'day guys, welcome back again. I'm still going with my 3-cup flips. Today I'm using these lovely bright colours. I've got some navy, purple, turquoise, like a magenta type pink and a pale pink. I'm using floetrol for the base and global paints. So we have peony pink. This one's called hibiscus. It's one of the limited colours, but it's similar to magenta. Purple. Another limited colour, but still like a turquoise, maybe with a touch of blue in it. Coastal turquoise. And deep space, which is navy. Okay, so I'm going to have a go at using these wider cups. You can see the difference. Hopefully when I flip them I can get more coverage than I can from the little narrow cups. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the silicone spray, and I'm just going to spray inside the cups. I'm going to do it over here so I don't get it on the canvas. Just one spray across all three, and that'll just help the paint slide out easier. For cells today I'm using the coconut milk hair serum. It's very strong, so I'm only going to use 1 drop in each colour. In here I have 70 grams of floetrol and 30 grams of paint in each, so that's 100 grams in each cup by 500 grams, which is a lot of paint for this size. This is a 30 by 40 centimetre or 12 by 16 inch, but I don't want to have to tilt very much, so with this style of pour I use more paint. If it was a swipe or a ring pour I'd be using less, but I'm using quite a lot because I want to get a lot of coverage and not tilt very much at all. I've just put my coconut milk into this dropper so that I can easily put a drop in. I'm not going to put any in the peony pink. It's a opaque colour. It's not going to produce cells anyway, so I'm going to put one tiny little drop in each of the other colours. Try not to get a drop plus a run, because then you've got more than 1 drop. So give it a good stir in. The coconut milk serum is very thick, so it can handle being stirred in really well. I haven't used these colours before. As you know, I tend to stick to blues, so I've got a couple of pinks and a purple in here, which is a bit different for me, but we'll see what happens. So with the pink being opaque, it will, as far as cells are concerned, that colour will drop to the bottom, the other colours will come up around it and still create cells. Okay, so here we go. So the pink's kind of acting like my white today. I guess we can go pink and pink. In goes the turquoise. So I'm probably using half of what's in there, and then I'll come around again and put the other half in. Just pouring from up high into the middle, just to get them to mix a bit. So we'll start getting cells in the cup already. And finish off the pink. As the paint drops into the other paint, it's mixing. It's already starting to create cells. That's the pink done. Normally magenta takes over in a pour, so we'll see what happens. Magenta is one of those colours that seem to take over. That and green tend to take over. I'm not using any white today, but because I didn't want to have the white and the pale pink. that would have been a bit too pale. I'm kind of going for a darkish look. Last of the purple. When you're choosing your colours, try and choose colours that you're going to be happy with when they mix. So my pinks mixing with the aqua and the navy are going to make purple, which is okay, we've got purple. You don't want to put a colour in there that when the two mix is going to make an ugly colour. So try and think about what colours are going to be created when you mix these together. Okay, now this one is a little bit emptier than the others, so I'll use that in the middle, I think. Now, I'm not sure how these are going to flip. We'll see. So I'm going to put it at the top and then drag down. So 1, 2, and 3. Just leave it there for a minute, let the paint run down. So already I've got pretty good coverage. Now, I'd normally just have a little bit of coverage like that if I used a small cup. So you've got quite a lot of more surface area of paint on the canvas already. Cells popping up already. I've got aqua cells inside the purple there. And we've got a ring of aqua with purple in the middle there. So hopefully this is going to be really pretty. I'm not going for a mass of cells. I'd like some background. Now you can see what's happened here. Because I did a very light spray of the silicone oil, you can actually see how the paint's left the bottom of the cup. So that's good. I'm not wasting any paint, it's all coming out. Plus the little spray of silicone is going to help with the tiny little cells, and the coconut milk serum is going to give us big cells. That's the plan anyway. There's heaps of cells already sitting on the top of that, I can see them. This one's empty as well. So there's no paint left on the bottom of the cup there, so I can go ahead and tilt. So I'm going to just pull down this way to cover this card. This is a 350 gram card. You can just get it from office supplies or stationery shops. Just ask them what is their thickest paper that they've got. 450 is better if you can get 450, and I find that they don't warp either. A lot of people say, what do you do with them? You can frame them. They don't warp. They're great for practicing on. Oops, don't want to lose that off the side. It's not dragging as well as the cups drag. That one's a bit better. Don't want to waste any off the sides. Pick some up with my little spatula, put it back. These are great, these little spatulas. You can pick paint up and move it around. You can do your sides of your canvas with them. Okay, so lots of cells popping up already, which is great. And they're nice shaped cells, apart from the worm. It's got a little eye in it too. Okay, so it hasn't pulled down as well as when I use the small cups. So covering down here might be a little bit more difficult. I might go that way first while we've still got a lot of paint. I'm not going to torch at this stage because I don't want a mass of cells. I'm happy for background with just some cells popping up here and there. Now it's going slower here, so I'm going to sort of tilt that way a little bit to get the paint to go down that way. So I don't want to lose it off the bottom there. It's not really going to do much. Could do with a bit of a corner catcher. Alright, push that off. Hope for the best. I'm losing a lot here, but can't be helped. Need to get that corner done, and then I can bring it back. Okay, now take the weight of the paint back. It's kind of going a bit oblong this time. I prefer it to be straighter, but that's what it's doing. Let's see if I can get it to go straight again. I need to bring more paint down this way. Alright, won't worry about that for now. So I'll put a bit of this on the corner here. Okay, now we'll go for these blank bits here. Nice and slow. The weight of the paint is sitting just here at the moment, so it's going to take a while to move down. I lost quite a lot of paint off the side there, so maybe these aren't the best solution, because I did lose a lot off both sides. Now I don't have as much as I need to cover the bottom here. But it's an experiment. I do like to experiment. It's as if I'm going to have a diagonal pattern with this paw. So I'm going this way to cover this blank area. So I'll have that kind of pattern by the looks of it. Just help that over a bit. Tilt it so it goes over, and then I can bring it back. It's just about gone over there. Let's help this little bit here. Last little bit there. Okay, it's gone over. Bring it back. Kind of looks like a cartoon galaxy, doesn't it? Now I'm just going to try, these cells are quite elongated, so I'm just going to try and push them that way a little bit so that they try and round out a bit more, if possible. This one's moving, this one's not moving, so there's not much paint there anymore because it's not moving. Still a bit of paint here, that's moving. So I'll probably just leave that the way it is. And I will torch, because I want some little cells to pop up. And hopefully I'll get them. So this is just the heat gun, butane heat gun. I can turn it on. Hands are slippery with the gloves. Okay, here we go. So, I don't really need any more down here, but I would like some up here. So I'm just going to do these up here first. See what happens. So that was just a very light torch, just to get them to come up. They will keep growing. So, do a little bit more over here, see what comes up. That off. Just have a look and see what's going to happen here. All kinds of different colours of cells happening here. this light's not too glary. It's night time where I am at the moment, so I've got the lights on, hoping it's not going to be too glary. So there's nice navy cells popped up here, and they've got a white ring around them. They're really pretty. And over here we've got the pale pink rings with a darker pink in the middle. Over here we've got the pale pink with the turquoise in the middle. Magenta with turquoise around it. Lots and lots of different colours of cells popping up. I think I would like a few more cells just in here. And in this pink here. So you can sort of decide where you want the cells to pop up. So there's some more turquoise with white rings popping up there. And I think that is about it. Not that happy with this one. A, because it's gone on an angle like that. As I said earlier, the magenta really does take over. I was hoping for more purple and navy to show through. More like over here, where it's a bit darker is what I was going with, or going for. But in saying that, you've got your darker corner there, you've got your aqua there, and then you've got your lighter colour down there. So it's all different. It's something different to look at everywhere. Make sure that if you're doing it on this cookie tray, that you don't let your cards stick to the bottom, because after a few days, once it starts drying, you won't get it off. It will be stuck to the bottom. Okay, so in conclusion, I think I prefer the little cups better. I was able to get further down with the little cups. With this one, the bigger ones, I had that bottom bit that I had to struggle with covering. So anyway, good experiment. I will stick to my little cups. Now I'll take you in for a close-up. Let's take my gloves off first. Okay, so that's it. I think I will probably use these colours again, but maybe use just half the amount of that magenta colour, because it really takes over. Okay, that's it for now. I will see you later. Bye.